This was the fourth day. I'm a day ahead. It feels so long that I've been describing every day as the day ahead, but it's actually day 4 of Mike Duffy in the witness stand in his own defense, and frankly, it's becoming punishing. It's battering. His lawyer, Donald Bayne, is doing a marvelous job, but to do a marvelous job, you have to take Duffy through every single one of the 31 counts of fraud, breach of trust, and bribery he's facing, and each one of those, of course, is accompanied by a soliloquy from Mr. Duffy, who has lectured us variously on Prince Edward Island history, something called IRBs, which are credits that aerospace companies build up and then never use. Anyway, I can't tell you what it means, but we had a great deal of information about it today. This was a thing Mr. Duffy was pitching, and in the course of wrapping up his instructional on IRBs, he allowed that as to how he still thought it was a good idea, and he said, and when I'm back in the Senate, I'm going to be pressing that idea with the new Minister of Industry. So he's clearly very confident that when all is said and done here, if indeed it is ever said and done and finished here, that he is going to be acquitted. In the language of perps everywhere, he's going to walk and he's going to go back to the Senate. So I found that a fairly sharp wake-up. Perhaps he's right, perhaps he means it, perhaps he just said it, I don't know. But it would be an interesting scenario, because I'm quite sure that he would go back to the Senate, and he would go back as a wronged man, and he clearly feels very hard done by. He's said several times that he finds these charges outrageous. He's described them mostly as failures of communication, obviously not his failure. Today we went through his various attendances at funerals in Prince Edward Island. Wherever anybody was dying on that island, Mike Duffy was there in the back or at the front giving a speech. Always, of course, these were funerals of distinguished Canadians. Everyone Mike Duffy knows is a distinguished Canadian. It is worth pointing that out. I've been to a lot of funerals in the course of my work, and I often found myself standing at the back, weeping more copiously than the widow, say, at the front. It's just the way that I am, and I sort of think Mr. Duffy's a bit like that too. He's a good griever. He almost came to tears today talking about one of these fellows whose funerals he attended. He's an interesting character. I have no better idea now, after 4 days of listening to him talk, than I really did before he began. But we're not done yet. We're going to be probably another 2 days in direct examination at the hands of his own lawyer next week. So perhaps by the end of it, I will actually have a handle on this interesting man. That's it.